Hello again, friends. Welcome back to Desert Sky Adventures. We are back in Arizona, and we have come back to the Goldfield Ghost Town, which is just outside of Apache Junction, Arizona. And we're going to spend a little bit of time here at the Ghost Town today, talk a little history, show you around the place, and see what's going on. So we'll invite you to come along with us. Let's go check out Goldfield Ghost Town. So back in 1893, Goldfield, Arizona was established. Originally known as Goldfield, it was later renamed to Youngberg, and again named Goldfield by the current owners. The town was founded in 1893 after the discovery of gold in the surrounding area of the Superstitions Mountains. The town was abandoned twice by its residents after the mine veins faulted. The land where the town is located was purchased by a private investor and is now a tourist attraction. So the buildings that you see here are not original buildings, but they are period authentic. And Goldfield originally was somewhere in this area. But today it's just a fun place to learn a little history about the Old West. And even though what you see here today is not an authentic ghost town, it is a very fun place to visit just east of Phoenix, not too far away. Quite a few attractions and fun things to do here. But first we're going to take a look at the Blue Nugget, which is a rock and fossil shop, and see what they've got going on in there. And they have a great selection of rocks and geodes, other Old West items. Very typical of a store you'd find in this type of location. A lot of Old West history, Arizona items, things available for purchase. All cool stuff. And the town at one time had up to 4,000 residents. It was set to outpace Mesa, Arizona as far as growth and population. But right about that time is when the mines dried up and the people left a couple times throughout the town's history. On the busier days here, you will find walk-around characters. They're more than happy to take pictures with you and tell you a little history about the town. And the gunfight show is happening today, something I've never seen before, so we'll check that out in just a little bit. But we were planning on getting lunch at the Mammoth Saloon here. Unfortunately, the saloon was closed today. They were celebrating Orthodox Easter, so a couple of the shop's locations were closed, but we're going to try to find some other food around here in just a little bit. Some of the buildings, like this small jail here, again, are not authentic, but they are good representations of what you would expect to find in a small town jail, similar to Goldfield. Most of the stuff in here is probably authentic. There's no way to know for sure, but it's kind of nice. You don't have to pay to come in here. A lot of the stuff to do here is free. If you just want to walk around and look at the town, look at the little exhibits, you don't have to pay anything to do that. The bakery and coffee shop was open today, but it looks pretty packed. A very small store, but the line was out the door, so we'll come back a little bit later. Maybe we can grab something from here. They've got donuts, cinnamon rolls, other goodies. And here's the first look at the Goldfield train, which is, according to them, the only narrow gauge train in Arizona. And I'm not sure what's the deal with these guys in the costumes here. There were a bunch of them out today. Some kind of meeting they were having, I guess. They have an apothecary shop, which smelled very good on the inside. They make soaps here of all different kinds. They also sell honey, local regional honey, which is available for sale if you want some of that. But a very interesting store. Goldfield is located at the base of the Superstition Mountains. Gives you that awesome backdrop there. We were wanting to check out the Mercantile here. It was the biggest store in town, but they were closed today as well. And you might be wondering, why do they call it the Superstition Mountains? Well, that is a fascinating story. But according to the legend, the lost Dutchman gold mine is out there somewhere, except nobody can find it, and those who look for it usually never come back. But way back in 1540, Spanish conquistador Francisco Vasquez de Coronado led his army into the Superstition Mountains. They were apparently searching for the 7 cities of gold. The Apache warned him the mountains were guarded by a thunder god, a sacred thunder god. But Coronado didn't listen. Him and his men went in, and they started vanishing, later on appearing with their bodies badly mutilated. Now, these were trained soldiers, yet they made no sound and there was no struggle. De Coronado and the rest of his soldiers heard nothing. Well, obviously De Coronado never came back, but according to the history, it was Coronado himself who labeled the mountains Mount Suspicion. They did have a little snack bar and ice cream shop that was open today, and since there was no place else open in town, we decided to try some of the food offerings from the snack bar, which actually weren't too bad. You can see here, nothing super spectacular, but the price was right. It was decent food, better than driving all the way back to Apache Junction or all the way up the trail to Tortilla Flat. So we got some food at the snack bar, but I'm going to take a look at the train station here. And the train is lots of fun. If you get a chance to check it out, they take you out into the desert. You can see some great views of the Superstitions and the little town here. Not a bad train ride. They do have a very cool model in here you can look at, showing off some of the mining technology they used back in the day. But the train is one of the attractions here, and it's not very expensive. A good time for the whole family. Also checked out this Native American arts and crafts store, which had all sorts of handmade items available for purchase. They also have a panning shop out here in Goldfield where you can buy bags of dirt and pan for gold or gemstones. That sounds kind of fun. I think I'll give it a shot. The shopkeeper here is going to tell us how this whole panning thing is done.
Too much.
Okay.
Even if it means sometimes you wash out and you find nothing, it's okay. You're gonna find everything in this bag by the end. It's okay. You know, the fun is in it looks like a little pile of dirt. You get down the water and you start to shake it. As the dirt washes away, gems pop up, and you don't know what you're gonna see. And when it does, it just blows your mind.
Okay.
So as you see,
Well, I don't know about blowing your mind, but it is kind of fun. And it's only $30 for the giant bag, and you're guaranteed to find stuff, so it's a cool thing to do, especially if you've never done it before. Panning for gemstones, I recommend it.
That's Jasper.
Alright, scored us a bunch of cool gems. Well, anyway, Goldfield Ghost Town also recently installed this zip line here, which is probably the most thrilling thing they're going to have here. I haven't had a chance to do this yet, but I'll get to it one of these days. Gotta have something for the next video. It's probably about time to check out the Mystery Shack, which, as I understand it, is very much like the Haunted Shack used to be at Knott's Berry Farm. Let's go check this thing out.
They'll hit the floor, but the wall too. So come on in. If you guys are gonna leave for me, if you'll go down to the third light you see hanging on the wall there and stop for me there. Stay to the right of the tunnel. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Use buckets like this here and trough systems to move their water around. What they do is they get water into their bucket to get it down to their laundry bucket down here. The problem with this house was the water never showed up.
That is pretty.
That miner knew he had something pretty special at that point in time. You ready? There he did. Deliver everything because I get the final lap inside. Just stop right here at this room door here, please. That's gonna be perfect. You're now the gatekeeper. Come on in, come on in. Yep, exactly. No takers, huh? See what happens. Yep. So I said it was a bet man's table. He who breaks on this table wins on this table. It's a very large group. I got time for just one game. My table might break. Who's up? No takers again. All right, guys, we're gonna go to the left. It gets even steeper on that side. Lock your feet right there for me. Now, don't push up with your hands. Don't slide up that wall. And just step out of that chair.
Ain't no way.
3 tries for $1. So here's the deal. Here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do now. Now we see how to lock that. So here's what we're gonna do. Take both your feet for me and bring them this way. Notice like yep, just like that, face me in the chair. So without hitting your head on this right here, just like we talked about. Step up. Nothing to that.
Yeah.
Could have done that the first time around, couldn't it? All right, so do you see how difficult it is to walk across this floor here? You see how difficult it is right there, right? So you think about coming in out of the saloon and maybe the evening hours. Think about a dog in the middle of the floor in a low light situation. You'd be waking up on the wall tomorrow. So they'd come into this door right here and they'd slide whatever they're going to do into this trough system. They'd roll it right up there. So that's not the amazing piece. The amazing piece is that when it got to the corner, it took a left.
Here comes it.
And then it would just come quick and grab the left. You can get that for me. You know, just like an Uber driver, showing up right on time, huh?
Nana the Adventure.
What's in there?
Little fountain. That's cool.
Oh, except it's floating in the air and it's not attached to anything.
Yeah.
Water's just pouring out of it for some reason. here at the top of the hill is my favorite attraction in the town. They got a shooting gallery for $2. I'm gonna try it out for sure. We can, yeah. Now I definitely know my way around the shooting gallery. Let me show you how this is done.
When Trump was running against Biden, he was getting close to the election.
And we have just one more shop to check out before we call it a day here. That is Border Town Mexican Imports. Let's see what they've got in here. How you doing? And there's just one more stop before we mosey on down the trail. We're going to check out the little museum here. $7 to walk through it. I've never done it before, so today seems like a good day. Let's see what's inside the Goldfield Museum. Coat. After you.
That's a blueprint there to the mammoth, okay?
Now, this is not the most impressive old Western museum I've set foot in, but there are still some cool things in here. Got some old rocks and some really old jars of some sort. I love these old maps of the Arizona Territory. That's really cool. And plenty of bones, fossils, all sorts of weird things in this case here. All very old stuff, but cool stuff. During the 1840s, the Peralta family of northern Mexico supposedly developed rich gold mines in the Superstitions. Their last expedition to carry gold back to Mexico occurred in 1848, but according to legend, a large party was ambushed by Apaches, and all were killed except for one or two Peralta family members who escaped into Mexico. This area is known today as the Massacre Grounds. Sounds like the gunfight might be starting outside. Just a couple more things to look at, then we'll get out there. And in this glass case here is a sport coat that they claim once belonged to Doc Holliday. Ready to head out?
You go get it! Go get it! Go get it! Listen, you got it! Yeah, you should be on it. That was an accident. You see, that was an accident. Don't cover me! Oh, don't cover me! Maybe that was a wise idea. But I didn't get out, boys! It's being slow! Yeah, well, take a on now. Shouldn't have called us little cows, should you? Let's go shopping, ladies.
Go for the gun brothers, go give them a hand.
Well, I know we said we were on our way out, but we got to check out this Cactus Shop here before we head out for the day. And this is a really cool shop. If you want to buy a cactus, you can buy plenty. They have many to choose from. And you can take a little piece of the desert home with you if you'd like. Alright guys, well that's going to wrap it up for our look today at the Goldfield Ghost Town out here in Apache Junction. There goes the train. Apache Junction, Arizona. We hope you enjoyed taking this little look at the Wild West with us, and we're going to have more adventures coming down the road soon. So if you haven't already, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out, and it doesn't cost you a thing. So all right, so until next time, we'll see you down the road.